I learned how to moonwalk next to a vacuum. And I still take steps back when life sucks. In 6th grade, I thought that my body was a sermon, so I learned how to pray with my feet. Back when dance was the only religion we knew, I was baptized while sliding backwards at a talent show. And at 12 years old, I thought this was worship. But my mother said it was training. She said, when you black, rhythm is both how you prepare for battle and recover from the war zone. She told me if I keep moving, that I can learn how to dodge bullets if I practiced hard enough. By the time my father showed me his scars from breakdancing, I had already learned the choreography of a traffic stop. I became a performer whenever the red and blue lights flashed in my rearview mirror. I knew my lines. I knew how to keep my hands visible in case of combustion, how the wrong move might lead to me never dancing again. The day a cop told me I didn't belong in the neighborhood I grew up in, my tongue was a wet fuse, my voice a pinned grenade, my fists were nuclear missiles, his cop's mouth pressing launch codes. He wanted to see how many words it would take to cause a chain reaction. He wanted me to explode on the side of the road so we could make a street sign out of my shrapnel. He wanted my mother to have to come down to the station that night to identify what was left of me. So instead I smiled. I figured it was best that we both make it home in one piece. But that night, I danced in an empty parking lot for 2 hours just to avoid detonating. And I think all us black boys fall into bomb making this way, as an attempt to defuse a weapon we wear every day. Black boys dance to show that our bloodstream is jet fuel, to prove that our spines be rocket ship, that at any moment we could blast off and leave this whole planet behind us. Besides, what threat could America make against a body that has already proven it will blow up on command? I never asked my dad what the B in B-boy stood for. I figured it stood for black. I figured it stood for bomb. I figured the breakdancers knew that eventually a cop was going to throw them to the ground. I thought breakdancing was them practicing what to do when they got there. The next time y'all see a black boy shake so hard you think his back's broken, consider that we break our own bones just to prove we're still in control of them. Consider viral videos of black boys dancing, a reclaiming of land we was told was never ours to begin with. Don't ask why we always dancing. Ask, what kind of country makes its people feel like they're safest when moving? We dance because being black is stressful. We dance because we got lives to live. We dance because after a long day, sometimes defying gravity is the only rebellious thing our bodies have time to do. We dance because you can't hit what you can't catch. Our dance is alluding to war zone. Our dance is an armed resistance. Our dance is a form of combat. Ever so often, I have flashbacks to the battles when the bass is loud enough for me to forget I'm not a soldier anymore. Or the music is recruitment enough for me not to care. In those moments, I remember the living room that I turned into a training camp, make my limbs into a bomb shelter, and let the beat blow me away.